Can I just say welcome to the first episode of your podcast?
Yeah. Hey, welcome to the first episode of your podcast.
I'm kind of honestly like a little bit nervous because this is just weird to do a podcast, but I'm way more excited.
Yeah.
Way more excited. But it is a little weird. Like,
Yeah. I've never done a podcast.
I've never done a podcast.
And we've never done a podcast together.
I know.
And Melody, you've never done a podcast?
I've never done a podcast.
Yeah. That's Melody, our daughter, by the way. She's the assistant producer, assistant to the production.
Assistant to the producer.
Intern to the assistant producer.
There you go.
That's a good title.
That's not short at all.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
So, episode 1.
Here we are. What is this podcast called?
It's called, I did not choose this name, but it's fun to say, Peanut Butter and Pickle Podcast.
Yeah.
It's really fun to say.
I picked the name.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that at some point. Oh, and you had an idea to start a podcast and all the other things. But here we are.
I know.
And
here we are.
Peanut butter and pickle. 2 things that I think are delicious separately.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard rumors that some people put those things together.
I have had a sandwich with peanut butter and pickles.
I have not.
I know.
And I've heard that they somehow work.
No, it was really good.
Okay.
But I think on paper, if you like went to a restaurant and you just saw, even on the kids' menu, peanut butter and pickle sandwich, nobody would order that.
No. Although I've had a burger with peanut butter.
Ew, I don't think I would order that.
You know what? It was okay. I'm not going to say it's great.
Yeah.
But it's something that I was like, there's no way that works. And then it kind of works. So that's us. We are very different. We have very few things in common. But we have been married for 15 years.
Yeah.
And somehow it works.
It does. And we have so little in common that's like one of the things we have in common is that we have very little in common. I think on a car ride, Melody was asking me, well, what are your common interests? Like me and my friends like doing this together and this together. And I was like, well, we like you kids. We like food. We like movies.
We like breathing oxygen. Hydration's good. No, I mean, we have some stuff in common. But it is fun to discuss our differences. We have very strong opinions about our differences. We're both firstborns, and we're not afraid to just say it how it is.
Yeah.
But our debates make us laugh.
And here's the thing. A look into our life is he'll be cooking, and it's usually he'll be at the counter. I'll be sitting there at the chair because he does so much cooking, and we just sit there and we talk about things. And a lot of times we get into fun debates / discussions about whatever it is. / you're
pushing my buttons because you can
I'm distracting him.
So the flow of this podcast is we are going to take turns going back and forth, either submitting a topic to discuss,
right,
and we'll see where we stand upon it, or
airing our grievances.
You can air a grievance,
yeah.
Both of which, either a topic or a grievance, we don't know what the other one is chosen until it is
right here
said on this podcast. So this could be a dangerous idea. Especially the grievance, but let's have some.
But I mean, this is real life. We would do this sitting at our counter anyway. We might as well sit here and do it.
Capturing what we always do,
entertain the people.
Usually not in ugly chairs in a studio, but
we'll talk about these another time.
Yeah, this is pretty comfortable. By
is
the way,
it good?
Yeah. So let's just hop into it. So topic or grievance? I feel like ladies should go first. Would you like to start this podcast with the topic or a grievance?
Honestly, there's a lot of topics to choose from, but I am going to air a grievance.
This is how we're starting our podcast? You're just coming out swinging?
I am.
All right.
I'm going to air a grievance because, listen, I've been holding on to this one for a while.
All right.
I knew that this moment would come, and I said, this is what I need to talk about. Okay. You do a lot of the grocery shopping, which is amazing, and you put the groceries away. However, when I open the refrigerator and I want to get an avocado out of the fridge, it's like you've left me a chore because all of the avocados are in the bag and the bag is fully sealed. It's like that little mesh green baggie with the plastic label. So then I have to get the bag out and scissors and cut it and open the bag and throw away the bag and then put all the avocados back in the fridge just to get an avocado.
Okay.
And it's like a lot. And it's like sometimes I'm early in the morning. I get up so early for work.
This is something you think about?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to get the avocados out of the bag. It's extra work.
Yeah.
I feel like part of putting the groceries away is taking them out of that packaging and putting them away. And I submit to you my grievance.
So, okay. So I buy an item at the store.
Yeah.
And I'm not using it, but I need to prepare it for when you're ready to use it. Here's why I think that's a little bit crazy. Okay. If I bought a bag of Doritos at the store and I brought the bag of Doritos home, but I wasn't in the mood for Doritos. Yeah. I'm like, we'll save these for later. That would be like me opening the bag of Doritos, sealing them, and then putting them back. So when you come, it's already like ready to go for you.
No.
How is that different?
No, because we buy like, granola bars for the kids.
Okay.
And they come in that big box.
Yeah.
And part of the chores when you get home, like part of completing the task.
But I don't open the granola bars so the kids.
No, but you open the cardboard box they're in and you dispense them into the like basket where the kids can access them.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, if I take all the onions out of the little net mesh bag.
Okay.
And put them in like where we keep veggies.
Yeah.
That's putting them away.
Here's why I don't like that though, is because every now and then there's a stray onion that maybe it's been there for 4 days. Maybe it's been there for like 4 weeks. The mesh bag is safe because you're like, I just bought, no. I just bought onions and I'm like, oh, well, there's 6 onions in a bag. That's a fresh onion.
Right.
If you dump them all and somehow forget to throw out the one that's a few days old, you've scrambled.
I feel like that's just called a surprise. When you cut it into an onion
a bad surprise.
And it's green inside because one snuck by.
Yeah. Well,
one snuck by. But like avocados, they're ripe for like that long. Just you blink and you miss it.
Okay.
So I feel like
that wasn't the worst.
I want to save time.
I will do my best.
Open the green mesh
bag.
But
I've never cut that. I like getting my fingers in there and just ripping that thing open. You don't do that?
Is that satisfying?
Yeah.
No, I cut it.
Well, there's no other material like that, like the thin green mesh, like that.
Oh, I hate touching it. I think that's part of why it gives me the ick is because I hate touching that green mesh.
Okay. Well,
so you're gonna open the avocados?
I will do it once or twice.
Because
we'll see how it goes.
Avocados are wrapped individually. They come in their own wrapper, so they don't need the green wrapper.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, I was gonna talk about a topic. However, since you started with a grievance, I have a grievance that I would like to air. This 15 years old. And I've
my gosh.
I've hinted at it throughout the years, but I feel like now I have a platform to talk about it. And that is, I feel that you are using thrift stores incorrectly.
No.
I think, hear me out. I think thrift stores have a wonderful purpose, right? When something is manufactured, whether that be like a shirt or like a chair, an iron, whatever, all the things you find like knickknacks laying around at the thrift store.
Yeah.
When those things are created, that's like a new life, right? And it goes home and it lives a life. And that life might be short, the life might be long, but it lives its life. And when it's done, it has like 2 choices, right?
Mm-hmm.
It either goes to a thrift store,
right,
which is wonderful, right? That's like heaven. Like you have another chance at life. Like this is a beautiful thing. Or it goes to the other place. It's done, right? Landfill,
I mean, it's not
wiped
done.
Away.
Things just sit there for thousands of years.
Yeah, that's true. It'll be here forever.
It'll be here forever.
Yeah. But it's over, right?
Right.
So that's the purpose of a thrift store, is a second life.
Yeah.
I would like to let you know that you're doing it wrong because you go to the thrift store, which you've said is like your favorite place, and that's totally fine. And you bring many items home in the garage, in the guest bedroom closet, in the storage. Like,
not my
there
store.
Are things we'll get to that in a second. I think you just called it a store.
I did.
We'll talk about
it. It is my store.
That's crazy. So here's the thing. You bring them home, but they just stay there. You do not give them life. You don't allow them to you are the purgatory of thrift store items.
No.
Because you hold them in like a prison. And
do you have anything specific you're going to reference?
I've got a lot through the years. And
I mean, like recently.
And listen, when we've moved and there's a big dumpster outside.
You throw away the stuff that I care about.
Not the stuff.
The chair.
Here's the rule. If I've looked at it in my shed or garage
in
for
Virginia that never made it to Indiana.
3 to 4 years and all it's done is collect dust, it's already dead. I'm freeing it from purgatory.
Rude.
Go to the other side.
No, y'all.
So anyway,
my gosh.
I just bring that up to say, just set them for either
you're
use
hitting
it,
me where it hurts, bud.
Bring it back to the thrift store, but don't keep it captive.
Do you have
Why did you call it a store earlier? You did say that, right?
So the guest room closet is my store.
Are you hearing this, Melody? How so?
Okay. So anytime there's a decor item that I take out of a room, or maybe I buy and I don't have the ability to like put it where I want it right then, or if it's something seasonal like, cushion covers, it goes in the guest room closet and it's all organized and tidy, like artwork, knickknacks, wall hangings, and that's my store. So if I'm redecorating a space, I'll go shop my house.
Okay.
I'll shop the house. So like if there is items that I buy, like I bought a beautiful sailing painting the other day, beautiful framed painting of sailing ships. And I know where I'm going to put it. But because of my decor timeline within this house we've only lived in for 18 months.
I think is that the painting that's in front of the 9 other paintings that you've had in that same room?
So I put it down there because I do know where I want to put it, but I can't yet because I have a rule that I'm only decorating one room at a time in this house, and I'm decorating it to completion. Like I don't want to be part of the 95% club where I get 95% through the project and I just decide, I don't really like this anymore. I'm moving on to the next.
I would say you're part of the 0% project.
That is so rude.
It's just hot. So anyway, listen, we can't start off with this level of intensity within the grievance.
No, bring it.
The grievance is airs.
But do you have a specific, you mentioned garage pieces. Yeah. What's in the garage that bothers you?
There's some stuff. But we don't have to listen. We don't have to get into the details on this podcast.
You brought it up. Go for it.
I think that we should continue.
No, I really think with the rule, I set a rule for myself that I want to decorate this house.
Yeah.
And honestly, when it comes to thrifting, if you want to put in, like, I just really want real wood pieces in the house. I want quality things. Yeah. And you have to find those a lot of times at thrift stores.
Oh, no. I'm not anti-thrift store.
And you have to buy it when it's available because it's not like there's extra
thrift store
stock.
Incorrectly.
No, I'm not.
That's all I was saying. Love me a thrift store. It smells a little funky when you walk into them. You know what I'm saying? But I'm all about the thrift store. She use it correctly. Okay. I believe you're up. This can't be all grievances. Is there a topic we can talk about? Because I've got some.
Okay, here's a topic.
Yeah.
I thought of the other day because I saw something online and I realized that I have never liked a Ben Affleck movie.
Okay.
Like I've never seen a Ben Affleck movie and been like, oh, that's amazing.
He's the man.
No. I think that, I look through his IMDb and sure, there's like massive blockbuster hits in his IMDb lineup, but like nothing that I'd say, man, what do I really want to watch today? Oh yeah, Ben Affleck in Armageddon. Like I just don't think Geely. I've never seen a Ben Affleck movie that I like.
I thought he was I hated on him when he was announced as Batman. I couldn't see it. I thought he was an awesome Batman. I'm not saying he's the greatest. Michael Keaton is the greatest Batman next to Christian Bale.
No, I think Christian Bale is my favorite Batman.
He's Michael Keaton's the coolest. Maybe it's my generation. Mel, do you know any Batmans outside of the Christian Bale one? You watched that one, right?
Is it the Christopher Nolan one?
Yes.
Yeah, I only know that one.
Okay.
I'm not a DC.
Yeah.
But no, like you can run through his IMDb lineup and I've never seen a Ben Affleck movie that I like.
Yeah.
And he's like a big star.
Yeah. I think the best work Ben Affleck has ever done is that meme of him like smoking and looking insanely sad.
Sad Ben with his cigarette and everything.
Yeah.
And his little drink. His little drinky. Yeah, because I'm looking through his IMDb, there's just like Argo was good, but that's like a one and done.
Yeah. I can't think any off the top of my head. But
that's what I'm saying. But like he's a massive star.
Yeah.
Everybody has seen him.
I think he started with Matt Damon,
right, because it was Good Will Hunting.
He's awesome.
Like Matt Damon, I would rewatch Matt Damon movies.
I could watch anything from Matt Damon.
Yeah. But like what's up with Ben and the Jennifers?
I don't know. I don't follow celebrity gossip. I knew.
You don't?
No, Jennifer Gardner?
Well, he was married to her for a long time and had kids. And then he has the J-Lo before Jennifer and then J-Lo after and now J-Lo and Ben are done. Anyway, but honestly, like I've never seen. No.
Yeah. All right.
Wasn't he like a blind superhero too?
Yeah, it was Daredevil. Daredevil.
That wasn't good either.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Has Ben Affleck
I'm
ever
telling
made
you,
a good movie?
Like Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, but
he was in that one?
Oh, guys. There's an amazing Ben Affleck movie that I just realized he's in.
What is it?
He does the voice of Joseph of Joseph, King of Dreams. Is that the one?
I don't know.
That cartoon movie? Or is that the... Oh. Nope. Still can't.
That's a dud too?
That's a dud too because I think I'm thinking of the Moses movie.
I'm going to do some research.
What's the Moses one that Christopher Nolan did the music for?
Christopher Nolan is a director. I don't think he does.
Do you mean Hans Zimmer?
Hans Zimmer?
Hans Zimmer.
Moses,
Hans Zimmer did
like the cartoon.
The cartoon.
Yeah. Ben Affleck was in that?
No, he did the follow-up.
Oh, like the sequel.
That's what I saw I saw the little tile on IMDb and I thought maybe he was no.
I will defend Ben Affleck and I will scrub through his IMDb later and I'll prove to you that he's got some good work.
I guess we'll follow up on that because I don't think
I believe in Ben Affleck.
I just genuinely don't think so.
And I'd love to see him come back as Batman. Yeah, instead of Robert Oldboy Pattinson.
No.
He's cool. He was the emo Batman. Remember the emo Spider-Man, Mel? Did you ever see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love emo Spider-Man.
Yeah. So, okay, I have a topic, and it's actually pretty fresh that I want to talk about and get your take on it. I think that we should fully. It's a little bit of a hot take / topic, but it's a subject that I want you to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we should. I love the technological advancements that we're witnessing in the world today. It's a pretty exciting time to be alive, right?
Yeah.
However, I think that we should fully halt all progress on like AI, robotics, like all this epic, cool future stuff until we solve the issue of restrooms.
Oh gosh.
Specifically public restrooms.
Like the gaps?
These haven't changed in like 100 years.
Bro,
right?
tell me about it. Go to a women's restroom.
Awful. Like everything about it feels like we're going to look back on this, I think, in 100 years. And you know how you look back on things now and you're like, how do people live like that? I think our use of restrooms, specifically public restrooms, but like even at your house, right? Like, I feel like there's
like, are you a fan of bidets? Is that what you're trying to say?
I feel like bidets.
What's the problem with restrooms?
I feel like bidets are kind of gross. Like if I got something nasty on my hand and I just sprayed water all over it, I just spread the gross stuff. Now it's just wet. It was already gross. Now it's just everywhere. So I don't think that's a good solution.
Like, how do you dry yourself with a bidet?
I think toilet paper needs to go. Like there's got to be a better solution. Like if you had something nasty on your hands and you just wiped it with toilet paper, you wouldn't feel like it's clean, right?
I agree, but you're also not eating with your booty.
Yes. I am a big fan of like
shaking people's hands.
The baby wipes situation or the man wipes.
Yeah.
Here's the problem.
They're not flushable.
They're not flushable.
And I'll tell you right now.
It's a problem.
No wipe, no matter how flushable it says it is flushable.
No.
It's not.
No. We know plumbers. Don't flush any wipes.
Yeah.
And so the wipe, that's bad news. And
it sounds like we've backed up our own toilets with flushable wipes.
Listen, no, we don't use them. I think like, the kids have done it a few times.
We haven't learned from our own experiences, but I have learned at work because people will bring their own. I work in a hospital and they'll bring their own flushable wipes from home. And you get these people in and they'll say, oh no, it's flushable. It's okay. And I'll be like, it literally breaks our system. Please don't do that.
Well, so what do you do with the wipes? You have to throw them away.
You do have to throw them away.
That's disgusting. So when I was in South America, their plumbing was so bad. I was in Cochabamba, Bolivia, that they told us when we checked in to the hotel that like, hey, we know you Americans. No, there's no baggie.
You didn't have to use a baggie?
There was a little unlined can, which should be illegal.
Wait until you hear this.
Unlined can.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to use the paper, which was single ply. No big deal. Single ply. And you are supposed to throw it in the basket.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to talk about, but I think we're not far from that. But here's the thing about my real problem is with public restrooms, okay? Specifically if you're a guy. Like the divider stall and you're like closer than this to a guy.
I've seen photos that some of your guys' urinals don't even have dividers at all. It's like a trough.
This is why it's a topic.
That's disgusting.
We just went to a comedy show like last week, right?
Yeah.
And in the middle of the show, I was like, oh no, I have to go to the bathroom. I have to pee.
You left during the best joke too.
I know. I don't want to think about that. Sad. I know. So I was like, I just have to pee. I should have went for the show, but I'm just going to go. It won't take me long. So I go to the restroom and I happen to walk in with like two guys. This is the worst. Like we're all walking in together.
Oh no.
All thinking the same thing. We go to the urinals. We followed bro code, right?
Right.
So there's like 6 or 7
space.
every other.
It's like movie theater seating code.
These guys crushed it. The first guy all the way to the left. I was in the back. I was the caboose. First guy all the way to the left. The other guy who's like right in front of me, he went to the furthest. Okay. And then I chose the center. So I was like kind of proud of us,
so
right?
Like the first guy chose the farthest. The second guy chose the other farthest.
Yes.
And then you had to choose the middle.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's the way to do it. So we walk in, no dividers. No problem. The rule is you look straight,
course,
right? And
at the wall, which is 6 inches from your face.
Here was the problem. So we walk in. We just left a hilarious show. Like I was crying a few times, was laughing so hard. These guys probably were too. So we come out of a loud auditorium. Everybody's laughing. Your energy, your blood's pumping.
Okay.
And within 20 seconds, you're like out, and all of a sudden we're walking in. Dead silent in the restroom, which is another thing I'll talk about in a second. I don't want to take too much time on this, but like this is a big issue.
I'm trying to understand.
So we're no like dividers, and we're all looking, and we all had to go real bad. So we're there for a long time and dead silent. And I almost started laughing because we were all wound up. You know what I mean? You were so giggly, and I was reciting the jokes that he just said in my head, and I was like, "Don't laugh, don't laugh, don't laugh," because these are straight. You cannot look at these guys. And I almost lost it because I'm just like, this is so awkward. We're in here forever. And I'm like, if one of these guys laughs or says something, we're all going to lose it. And then that's like uncharted territory. Like I've never been.
That would be weird.
Yeah. But it was like, I could not wait to get out of there. But everyone did well. No one said anything. Here's another problem.
Did they wash
with the
their
restrooms?
Hands?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Right.
No, I'm not asking you, but them.
I'm so glad you brought it up because this is a problem with.
I got him started.
The hand washing thing is unbelievable. Talk about like. Yeah. Give me a paper towel or even like a recyclable, crunchy, cheap paper towel, anything to dry my hands. You give me those dryers or specifically those little dryers, those Dyson ones that shoot up. Those are horrible. You're always leaving with your hands being a little bit wet.
I did hear a story of a guy who peed in one of those.
It's not true.
I think it could be an urban legend, but like just imagine peeing into one of those and then the stream sets off the sensor to shoot the air. Like
that's not that's the
think about
that's
that.
An urban legend.
But like
I don't know, people are capable of anything. I'm just saying, like, let me just wash my hands and dry my hands.
Do you want to know why I like the paper is too? Because I'll use the paper to open the
door on the way out, and then you're like Kobe in it.
And so you you open the door, you hold it with your foot, you throw it away.
Yeah, and you miss every now and then the can, and you're like, let it lie.
You let it lie.
There's things you just have to let it be. All right, I'm almost done. Okay.
So the divider is a situation.
You have to have
non-divider.
Music. It's always completely silent, right?
Bro, I'd be a fan of music in bathrooms.
Bathroom stuff. Yeah. Then all of the stalls, and I don't want to get too much into this because Jerry Seinfeld did a bit on it forever. He's like, I think it was him. He's like, how much is it for like 2 more inches of material on these doors? Like, I don't want to make eye contact with anybody. Like that's pretty crazy.
Women have to always go into a stall, and we're always facing the outside.
Yeah.
And then women who are coming through to see if the stall is occupied. Yeah. And sometimes you can't bend over and see the feet.
Yeah.
So now you're just like awkwardly looking them in the face.
Here's the solution. You here again. AI. I just watched a CES tech convention.
Yeah.
There's these $50,000 to $70,000 lifelike robots that can talk to you. Future we're making strides that are incredible. We put restrooms on hold 50 to 100 years ago. The toilet technology is from the 1600s. Did you know that? The first type of semi-flushable toilet, I believe it's from the 1600s. Mel, you might want to confirm that on Google. Yeah. Or
who you can't.
First year of modern toilet.
Let's first year of the modern toilet.
Yeah, something like that. I think it's.
I remember I've been to a place where you have the flush tank on the ceiling and you have to pull a lever.
Fun. Oh, it's probably dirt. You got to sanitize. So you need a paper towel for that too.
I have a hot take on toilets too, is that even in public restrooms, all toilets need lids. When you flush a toilet, all of that, it sprays up. And then it touches everything.
They're commercial use, so they have horsepower.
Yeah.
Splashback.
Oh my gosh.
And
it's a problem.
Yeah.
Did you find it?
Yes. 1596.
Dang.
1596 technology that we're still using. Elon's trying to take us to Mars, and we are using the restroom in 1596 pieces of porcelain. So here's the way restroom. I don't even think.
How do you think restrooms need to look?
I'm so glad you asked.
Okay.
You walk
Suction the poo out of you?
No. Listen.
Okay.
Hey, let's keep this clean.
That's what they do on the space station.
You walk
in. They have to baggie their poo.
You walk in, and you're greeted with two things: music and scent.
Okay.
I smelled scent outside of Disney, walking around.
Oh, everywhere.
Outside, but you can't put it in a restroom. So you walk in. There's music playing. There's scent. There's ventilation that's happening. Right. I'm not asking too much. That's pretty simple. The stalls being open, like kind of open air, that's fine, but you got to make the divider go above the face. I don't want to look. I don't want to ever have.
It's like saloon style.
Ever catch?
I bet
like somebody like eye contact with anybody in any So, and the biggest thing is each stall needs to be fully enclosed.
Yeah.
Right. Sealable. Right.
You mean for peeing or for
the other one? The other one.
Business.
There's the urinal and then there's the commodes. Right. Those should be individual
rooms.
A room.
Dude, they need to be a room.
Yeah, I pay.
How hard is that?
Dude, if it was $2
I will
for
literally
use,
be taxed more in our country if all of our toilets were in their own room.
Yeah, $1 a minute. That's fair. 5 minutes.
To use the toilet?
Yeah.
Oh.
If it's a quick one, it's $1. It's a debit card. Everything.
They do that in Europe. You have to pay to use a toilet. Public toilet out in the street.
America's behind. We're the best, but we're behind in this.
Yeah.
Hear me out. Okay, so you walk in, it's fully sealed. The music is also playing in there. With the ventilation system, you can lock the door. And when you lock the door on the other side, it just says occupied. So there's no mystery. You don't have to look at anybody's feet. I don't know if how do we...
But can we get that into work toilets? I've never worked at a place that has a vent in the restroom.
No.
And so you're just walking into whatever...
Yeah. That's why I don't use public restrooms.
No.
It's a problem.
It's so bad.
It's a problem. So I don't know if we have to write or our governor or senator. I don't know who has the power.
Who has the power?
To change the restroom. So anyway, that's my hot take. I didn't think I would be so impassioned by public restrooms, but...
Your experiences in South America are different.
It's rough.
And I'll add that when I traveled in Asia, the situation is not a bidet, not even an unlined can.
Yeah.
It's the squatty potty on the floor.
The hole in the ground.
And a literal bucket of water with a scoop. So you would squat, take your pants totally off. Totally off.
There's a hook. To do that.
You should.
I think you did that. I think you... I don't think that was cultural.
No, I was literally... in the airport in Japan is kind of my first experience because some of the fancy stalls were squatty potties and some were European Western toilets. And there's picture diagrams of what you're supposed to do.
They teach you?
Yeah. So you take your pants all the way off and your underwear, I think, because that's what I did. You hang it on the hook provided. But I mean, I'm talking in...
Do they have full doors?
In Thailand and the Philippines.
Is it locked down?
Well, in the airport it was. But in Thailand and the Philippines, these are where I was at least, were stick huts, outhouses.
Okay.
And so you don't have a wastebasket for toilet paper because there's none provided.
Yep.
We had to bring our own toilet paper with us and a baggie for the used toilet paper.
You carried it around?
So, if you had to use toilet paper...
It's like walking a dog.
No, for sure.
Ooh.
You carry your used toilet paper in a baggie, and they don't make black Ziploc baggies.
No.
So we had
bring
clear
your own,
baggies.
Shopping baggie in the shopping bag.
Clear baggies is what we had. And so you would put your used toilet paper in the baggie, and then at the end of the day, if you found one, then you could put it in a trash can.
Wow.
Think about that.
Does
that make...
We started a podcast just to talk about toilets. That was not... Is there anything else that you want to talk about?
Well, since we were starting this podcast...
Did you have a topic? Did I have a topic? Ben Affleck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about the fact that we have little quibbles like this, or we'll have random discussions.
Yeah.
But I was like, what's a bird's eye view into what other people talk about?
I want to know.
I only
know my mom and dad, I remember vaguely remember the stuff as a kid that they would talk about.
Right.
But aside from that, I only know 15 years of this. What do other people talk about?
So I did go online to see what other people are talking about. What other quibbles people have.
Where
the golden palace of quibbles is Reddit. So Rock Yourself to Sleep 5 years ago said, when they were asking annoyances with your spouses. This is my favorite one. The wife says he always starts talking to me the second I turn on the hairdryer / run the sink / walk towards the bathroom. It absolutely does my head in. And I saw that and I was like, oh, this was literally yesterday.
What?
Yeah, I was drying my hair yesterday and you and the kids all took turns coming in to talk to me. But like, what do you say to that couple? I'm not like really bringing it up to it's not a grievance for me because it's like I'll always pause what I'm doing to talk to you guys. But like, it seems like anytime this person seemed to be busy, their spouse was like, oh, this is the perfect time to bother you with something or to talk to you about something important.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if every time you're trying to like walk out the door to like, okay, I'm going, I've got my coat on. And that's when your spouse is like, oh, but I need to talk to you about something.
Yeah. Yeah. The hairdryer is a tough one because it does take a long time.
Well, and you can't talk when you're blow drying your hair.
You're inside and you're noisy.
Yeah.
So it's a constant reminder like, hey, I'm over here.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you're constantly letting everybody around know I'm over here. So maybe subconsciously you think about that person more because they're making noise. But I don't
That could be it.
Yeah. But there's certain things you wouldn't interrupt people. Like if I'm mowing the lawn, you wouldn't just run out in the yard and stop unless it was like something important to interrupt.
Honestly, this husband really just reminds me more of a child or a dog.
Okay.
Or like those people that have cats. Because the second I go to the bathroom, here we are back at bathrooms, that's when the kids are like,
this is the bathroom.
Boom!
This is the bathroom
like
podcast.
That juice man. The juice man that busts through the walls in the commercials.
The Kool-Aid man.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
The Kool-Aid man who would like bust into the room in the commercials when we were kids. That is what children do whenever I'm in the bathroom.
Yeah, dogs will get you too.
But like that's what this spouse is doing to an adult. Like a full-grown adult is doing that.
Yeah.
I think that's uncalled for.
Yeah. You should leave a 5-year-old comment or leave a comment on a 5-year-old post.
I should. Okay, do you want another one?
Yeah.
Okay. Eric Davis says that his wife asks his opinion on mundane things, often that doesn't affect him, and then disagrees with him, right? So she's asking his opinion and then fully disagrees. So, for instance, which top should she wear? What time should she leave to go somewhere? Will she like a certain TV show? If I say both tops are great, she pushes me to answer and then argues with me when I finally choose which top I like best. It's not a fight, but she just disagrees. I think she's just figuring out in her own head, but it still drives me crazy. It becomes a running joke. I'll ask her, is this one of those things where you need to know what I think so you can do the opposite? It's mostly in good humor, but it does drive me crazy.
That is a lot of pressure though, because you've hit me with this many times. I feel like it's usually shoes. You're like,
I do.
Yeah, the black pair or the brown pair.
And you're not.
And I'm like, if I say one over the other, are you instantly going to think, oh, he doesn't like the other pair and I should never wear them?
But I think you ask me opinions on how your looks look too.
Yeah. I don't always like it. Because you pick out an outfit for a reason, but deep down you're like, oh, I don't know if it's the greatest. And then when somebody reinforces that, you're just like,
kind of a bummer.
You're just like, okay. You just go back and like change your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or the lady could also be just picking for a fight. Like she could just, maybe she likes just.
Maybe she does.
Yeah, getting into it with him.
Yeah.
And setting him up.
Like just really winding him up.
I think the only safe way to approach that situation is you have to overly compliment both. Oh, they both look great, Man, that black one really just.
I agree.
Yeah, it's so sleek. And man, the brown one has so much character, the way the leather tassels. Like you have to say so many nice things, but like, man, it's really your preference. And if you get pushed, be like the black one, like, oh, man, that's not the one. You should have said the brown one. It's like, deep down.
I know.
That was the one.
But I think that mostly you ask me about your shoes too. And I think they're all great, but I also don't understand like what shoes are what. Since I don't know their story, I feel like I can't give a good.
Yeah.
Like I don't know the name of the shoe.
Yeah.
And I feel like that goes with the story of the look.
Well, I like sneakers.
I know.
And and you want to pair your sneakers with different stuff. And,
it's true.
Okay.
I think also, what if he doesn't really seem to come off like he cares about what is going on in her life? So she's asking him for input more as like a bid for attention and a bid to like connect rather than whatever it is. And she's maybe arguing to like keep it going. Like maybe she's starved for attention.
Yes.
What if Eric doesn't even talk to her? Rude.
There's a lot going on there.
I know you can really
unpack
unpack
a lot. I would like to hear from people that we know. So
I know. That would be really fun.
Yeah, we can easily do it.
Let's do it.
Yes. So email. Okay.
How should they do it?
Not email, because I don't want to read somebody's email.
I'll read it.
Audio clip. Take a little audio voice note on your phone, you and your significant other, and then you should send it to us.
I want to hear your grievances.
Yes. Guest grievances.
I love that.
Okay.
But it should
did you
be
make
maybe
an email for the podcast?
A minute or less.
Yeah. Yes.
A minute or less.
Under a minute, audio only. Send it to our email. Your grievance that y'all have, and then we would love to talk about it. Boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, just send us your grievance under a minute.
Sibling.
And we'll play it and discuss couples therapy. We can help you.
Oh,
we can see where we kind of meet in the middle.
Yeah.
If we agree on something. Do we have an email address?
So it's peanutbutterpicklepod. It'll be in the show notes @gmail.com.
Okay.
It's a lot.
I'll put it.
Peanut butter
we'll
pickle
put
pod.
It, Melody will edit and put it on the video. Peanut butter and pickle pod, or peanut butter pickle pod?
Peanut butter pickle pod.
It
sounds kind of like
Gmail?
one of those Peter Pickle. I can't even do it.
You can't do it.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Okay.
I did it.
All right.
Well, I think that would be really fun because I'd love to hear what other people have going on.
Yes. Let's talk about it.
I
have so many grievances I hope to get to.
I honestly have a running list.
I have a lot
for
in my
next
head.
time.
I have some other topics. I think the restroom topic, that one's pretty near and dear to my heart. I had to unpack that. I feel better.
You know what?
This is good for us.
That really seemed to be a lot you got off your chest.
I've been struggling with that for a lot. I'm a germaphobe.
Are you going to write to your senator and representative?
I'm an introvert. It's all the things. It's dirty bathrooms right next to a stranger, dead silent. We don't have to rehash it. But yeah, I'm glad that we talked about that. And I hope the right people...
Are you sure you don't want to rehash it?
I hope the right people see this who can make it a change.
Yeah.
A real
What if we
change.
start a petition.org?
Dude, if I ever ran for office, that's what that'd be my platform.
If that was your platform, you would be in immediately.
We need to modernize our restrooms, bring them into the 21st century.
Mm-hmm.
Why go to Mars when we can't even get this right here on Earth?
Get the plumbers union behind you.
Yes. America could lead the way. We could really, Japan's just spray water all over it. I'm like,
dude, but Japan has
that's better than
toilets
us.
That will wipe your butt for you and play you a song, and there's a whole panel of buttons. Have you seen these?
No, I'm not about stuff like that.
I'm pretty sure it was in Cars 2 and Mater got confused.
Yes, it was in Cars 2.
All right. Well, there it is. Episode 1.
Oh my gosh, this is so weird.
Maybe a little less toilet talk, episode 2.
Or more, you never know.
It could arise at any time. So, all right. Well,
see you next week.
Yeah, see you later.